Hello guys, it's Patrick here, Eggnoc Poker. Going to be doing a new video today. We're going to be jumping straight back into the micro stakes streets with our mini series. So we're going to be continuing on from where we left off a few sessions ago. So we are on 2-0, first 767 hands. Let's have a look at the graph here. So interesting one. So we're technically up. What are we up? We are up 13 cents. That's amazing. Let's have a look at our all-in adjustment. Technically, we're supposed to be up $8.52, so that's what this marvelous gold line here. This is roughly where we're supposed to be, and this green line here is where we are. So hopefully we can see if we can do something about that. Not going to blame running bad. It is what it is. Let's see if we can jump straight in the action, shall we? So let's jump straight in. So 2-0. Are you ready for us? Let's go. Again, quick shout out, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who's been liking, subscribing, leaving comments, and just generally helping out with the with support to the channel. It makes such a tremendous difference, and it's just amazing. Like, honestly, for me, it's just knowing that there's people out there that are enjoying the content and that are supporting me. It means the world to me, honestly, and I'm so grateful. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, go and subscribe right now. Get involved, chuck that like button, a nice big press, get that subscribe on, and as always, hopefully we can enjoy the content. So let's get straight in. So we're two-tabling today, which is a bit different. So it's going to be a little bit more fast and furious. We're going to have a little bit less time to discuss every single spot in a vacuum. So we're going to be a bit more volume orientated. So we're going to be doing... I'm going to be giving you guys as much explanations to my thought processes as possible in real time. But also we're just going to be doing a lot of fast folding, trying to get to spots as quickly as possible. And then as we get to them, we're going to talk through them. So as always, we're just making sure that we're marking up all our villains where we can. If we've got HUD information, we mark them accordingly. Looking at stack sizes, etc. is a good another area that we're looking at to give us some pointers. If you haven't had any hands to begin with yet, we're just marking up the Rex and doing loads of folding. See if we can get any interesting situations. It seems like there's quite a lot of Rex in the pool, but it is 2-0, so I think that's always going to be the case. Let's get these labels on. King 9 suited, we can defend against the cutoff open. Oh, sorry, the cutoff open, the hijack open. With a call, it's quite a large size. I think we could 3-bet here some of the time. I don't mind calling here either. I think it's both are completely fine. I think both are going to work at this stake. Let's go with the call this time. We've got some pretty decent potential check raise candidates, either on the flop or the turn if we want to. We'll see how we go. I'm going to ISO table 2 with the 9s. And I think I'm going to roll a chunky check raise on table 1. Loads of backdoors to continue on a 7, a 10, a 5. Spade, for example. This is good because 9-10's just come in. We've got a 9 blocker. We've also got a spade. So we're going to be continuing. I think about half pot into a river shove would be nice. Flopping set, table 2, that's always good. Sizing against a recreational is always just going to be big. So let's just start off big. Seven's a shitty card, obviously, because it puts a 4-liner to a straight. I think a set is good enough to bet against a recreational, but I'm not going to go massive and bin myself, so I'm just going to bet quite small. Incentivize him to keep calling with like Queen Jack, King Jack, some club draws, some 2 pairs, etc. If we get raised, obviously we are going to continue, depending on what the price is. If this guy just def nukes, then we'll see how we go. But what on earth is this? This is wobbly Pepe, dude. Marking. Queen 9 potentially over opening because we got wreck, but he's only got 13 bigs, so I think that's a bit outrageous. A6 suited we can play. I don't mind. I don't mind 3-betting this. I don't mind calling. I think I actually would always prefer calling with a 6 suited blind on blind, and also incentivizing this guy to call behind is usually pretty decent. So let's do that. Flop an open-ended table 2. I'm just going to go ahead and bet. Just going to probe. I'm not loving the size from villain on table 1. I'm already debating folding, but I can't fold top pair to 1 bet. But we're probably going to be doing a decent amount of folding, depending on what happens in later streets. We do turn 2 pair. I think against at 2 and L, I'm just going to... I would mostly be checking here because betting's kind of outrageous. But I think at micro stakes, I'm just going to go ahead and bet a really small size. Just keep value from like ace jack, ace queen, king queen with a diamond, etc., etc. Because I think I'm just going to get more value than I'm supposed to. I don't think I'm ever going to get binned. And now we've got a really easy check back. There you go. We get a bit of value from ace jack that we're not really supposed to get. But YOLO. Table 2, ace king. That's a good hand. I meant to make... I've pressed the wrong hotkey there. I shouldn't really be min opening. I should go like 2.5 would be probably fine. Facing 3... facing the small blind 3-bet. I think we can 4-bet. I think we can call. I don't really mind. I don't have any information whatsoever, so I'm just going to go ahead and call in position. 4-betting would be completely fine. And I'm not going to be folding versus half. We're still ahead of like ace 10, ace jack, ace queen. We've got 2 live overs, etc., etc., etc. I'm not folding to 1-bet with this, and I'm not going to be turning it into a bluff either. And we will be folding the turn. I've done the same thing here with this table 1 where I've min-bet by accident. Versing check, I'm going to assume that we are ahead most of the time, and I'm not going to make too much better folds. I don't think I'm going to get anything better to fold, so I think checking would be good. Hopefully getting to showdown and beating something like ace queen, ace jack. Ace 10, that's fine. Table 1, I think we can check or bet. Both are probably fine at 2 and L. I think I'm probably just going to pot control and call some turns. Yep. And we will be calling this river. Not thrilled with it, not upset, just easy. Yep, nice hand, nice hand. Check back the flop to call the turn river. Not going to be hero folding there. I think our hand's quite a good candidate to call down. I think our villain's going to have a lot of hands and overs that he wants to use and bet because we've checked in this environment. So I think the population's going to have way too many ace X there as heroes played. So I think population will probably go after that spot quite heavily, I would think, with their entire range, queen jack, queen 10, anything. I was going to go ahead and bet table 1 and we'll be barreling. Jack 10 off, wouldn't really be opening. We do have a recreational on the small blind, so that's good enough for me. We've also got another recreational on the button. King jack off, I'm not going to 3-bet here against the recreational because he's a little bit shorter. You probably could get away with 3-betting this almost pure, to be fair. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. Just going to be betting range table 1 for a small size. Just going to be doing loads of c-betting at micros. That is the nuts. Do we want to check raise? Because we're out of position to 2 people, I think we can... we unblock spades, we unblock all the... well, some of the hands that villains may bet. I suppose we do block some king jacks, we block some king 10s, so they check back. Let's be naughty. Let's see if we can get a check raise in against 2 villains. Even though it's not really advised, we should really just be betting the turn, but YOLO. And we're going to be nuking this turn. That much, please. Trying to target all the kind of combo draws, etc. and bloat the pot. And then we're just going to be overbet shoving. Hope he's got king queen. Hope he's got king 9. Hope he's got queen 9. Hope he's got 7s. Good luck. I'm not going to be podding. I'm just going to be jamming. He's not going to be folding king queen. He's not going to be folding queen 9. I think with this specific hand with jack 10, if when he calls check raise, we just want to nuke. This looks a little bit bluffy as well, which is nice. You could maybe argue that maybe villains overfold to shove there instead of pot, so maybe exploitatively we could have considered betting like 80%, 90% pot or like a very small overbet, but I think villain's going to put us, if he's got something like king jack, king queen, I don't think he folds the river when he calls a check raise and considers calling the river. I could be wrong there, but we'll see. Versus leads, we beat 6-7, we beat jack 9, we beat queen 9, we beat some random leads. I don't mind raising, I don't mind calling. Let's call this time. We still beat 6-7, we still beat jack 9. calling turn. Now we lose to all of those combos. I'm going to fold to pot, table 1. Yeah, folding river. Opening kings, that seems like a good plan. Table 2. Hopefully we can get 3-bet, but not by aces. That would be kind of unfortunate. Come on, pigeon. Let's do it. No, we'll take it down. Snowman, table 2, and a nice load of nothing on table 1. I think we're mostly calling with some 3-betting 8s. I think I like calling most of the time with 8s at micros. I think it's like being in position a lot of the time. We're defending the 8 suited, and I'm going to be calling table 2. It's kind of a shitty turn, but 8s are still just miles ahead, blind on blind. I've got no information on villains, so I don't know if they're just a reg who just barrels this turn like 100% of frequency. We're just ahead of so many hands, but this is quite a large size that we can just have ace-x here. We can have some king-x here. We can have some flush draws. Oh, this feels like way too good of a hand to fold, but against this price, I'm just going to fold. I think against that size, we just have enough ace-x there, I suppose. When villain checks, I'm just going to turn my hand into bluff directly, trying to attack better ace-x, etc. We block ace-jack, we block 8s. Clubs coming, so villain can have a hand like ace-10 of clubs, ace-queen of clubs, but ace-8 of diamonds, we just never win if we check. So we're just going to attack something like 9s, 10s, 8s. Maybe like a very, very... very marginal range like that. I'm not going to overbet this because you can have some flushes. I think about 2/3 is good against that kind of range. 9s, 10s, 8s, something like that. Obviously, we have to be a bit careful because the king's bad, the clubs are bad. But micro stakes, people just don't have enough. Just go after them. It's just, you don't have to be too concerned. I think we could go both ways with 6s. I think we could call. I think we could fold. I don't really mind. Let's call this time. We're on the video, aren't we? So fuck it. Let's call. Villain shouldn't really be 3-betting deuces and 3s. He's going to have loads of overs. I don't think he protects his checking range at this level. So I'm just going to assume that he's got loads of ace high. So I'm just going to bet small against that. Probably going to bet small, check back river, depending on the run out. And then we're obviously folding to raise. That's a really good turn. Going to bet really small again. Try and get called by ace king, ace queen. Although hopefully not ace queen now. And then we're just going to be checking back river. If villain leads, we're just going to be folding. There you go. Well done. Nice hand. He literally just has ace queen. That's literally what he has. He wins. Well done. Not interested. Checking table 1. Um, 7-8-2 we don't have to open, but let's open it for the video. And a really gross spot, table 1. I'm tempted just to pitch this directly, honestly, because I feel like if he's got a flush draw, he's just going to keep nuking. And against these larger sizes, yeah, I'm just going to pitch it. I don't care. These fish tend to just keep barreling and have loads of value, so I'm not really in the mood for just stationing down huge sizes with second pair. I already know that I'm going to mainly fold 10s, so fuck it, let's just fold the flop. We don't really have to worry about anything at this stake. It's literally just clear cut, next spot, next spot, next spot. We could probably get away with checking back ace high like we're supposed to in theory a decent amount of the time. Checking turn. And betting one big blind against like a king high. Maybe we get called by something like 7s, 6s. I guess we could go a little bit bigger than 1, maybe 1.5. Not interested. Folding queen 7 and folding 8-3. Again, just quick shout out, guys, as we're halfway through the video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and chuck your comments on. And as always, the link below will be there available for the Twitch and the Discord channel. So keep an eye out for those. Please join the community. We're 40 strong now. We are getting bigger every couple of days. A few more acolytes join the cult. Pocket 10s, that looks like a good open to me. I'm going to be folding the queen 10. If I had some info this guy folds a lot, then I would be 3-betting, probably pure. So against this size, I'm literally just going to say nice hand and I'm not interested with 10s. I'm not going to roll any kind of like fold or 4-bet or call. 2.5 to 11. I'm just going to assume that guy's got a good hand. I'm just going to fold. It's just that simple. I've got no interest in that. Pocket aces, that's a good hand. That's a pair of ones, but it's a very strong pair of ones. I've got all these recreations. If again, one of a really good exploit might be to potentially limp behind to induce some action. I'm not going to play that way. I'm just going to attack this limp directly. I went a little bit bigger with aces exploitatively. As you can see, I only went to like 4 here with the 9s, whereas I went to 5 with the aces. And we're going to be re-raising this one. That's fine. Table 2, I'm going to exploitatively just fold. 9s is plenty good to call, but just based on a couple of 100,000 hands of experience, these guys just have really strong hands, like ace, jack, ace, queen minimum, and then loads of really strong pairs. Like, I don't expect this guy to have like 7s or 6s a whole bunch. I'm not saying he can't have them, but they just sit here and lurk for really fucking strong hands to ship it in. So you don't have to stick it in there with like 9s, for example. Calling with aces, obviously. 10 for offsuit. Okay. That's probably not going to win. I have top set. Well, this gentleman fought and died with honor. Thank you for assisting me in my mini-series, sir. Appreciate it. There you go, free info. If you're watching the video, you play 2-0 on stars. That guy might potentially be bluffing it. Keep an eye out for him. Yeah, we're going to ISO the ace-queen. I think 3 is fine against 34 bigs. I'm trying to induce him to call rather than just kind of only jam, but jam's not terrible. I'd prefer to call with ace-queen than 9s, by the way, if I had to choose, because we're just doing better overall, I think, and we're also blocking more of villains like nutted value range, whereas 9s doesn't block anything. If we're ahead, you know, we're flipping small favourite, and if we're behind, we're fucked, whereas this we're usually doing pretty well. I'm just going to go ahead and bet for value. Table 2. We're just in a mindset where we're doing loads of betting for value and folding versus raise. However, against recreational 30 bigs, if he raises, we're just going all in, especially considering we unblock clubs. I could either jam here or just bet kind of like close to pot. I really don't really mind. If he's got an ace, he's not folding. I don't like the idea of shoving him and making him fold like a 10. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bet like 2/3, maybe 3/4, get maximum value, and then just make sure he doesn't fold. Maybe it's better just to jam, I don't know. Either's probably fine. Do my best to keep up here. Apologise if I'm kind of stuttering and slurring. I'm going to be checking ace 10. That's middle pair. Not going to be leading anyway on any textures. I wouldn't have led this anyway, but call. Checking turn. Could have potentially led here as well, but actually no, I'm lying to you. This would have been a shit lead. Ignore me. If villain double barrels, we're just going to be folding. I'm not going to be turning my hand into a bluff. I'm not going to be hero calling. We do beat some hands like king, queen, etc., but it doesn't really matter. So this is an interesting spot. So villain has 8s for a straight. He has 9s for a set. He's got some 1 pairs that are scared of this turn. Do I think a 10 is good enough to win on showdown is my question. Potentially against ace, king, ace, queen. And these boys don't turn enough hands into bluff, so yes. Table 2 with ace king, UTG 3x, and I've got this guy already previously marked as a nit, so I'm just going to exploitatively fold. You're going to think I'm a nit for this situation, but I don't care. If I've got someone marked as a nit with previous information, that means that these guys are like sub like 2 to 3% 3-betters, usually. So I'm just going to assume that this guy's got me basically crushed or flipping, so I'm just going to get away from this situation altogether with an unsuited ace king. I'm not saying it's a good fold, but I just think at this level, it's just one of those avoidable situations. You can backseat me for it, but I don't really care too much. I think I don't really make a lot of money in this scenario. That's basically why I'm folding. When there's so many easy situations for value. Table 1, we're probably dead to this min 3-bet, but we're not folding for 1.5 more with a suited ace. But again, we're probably just completely toast. Probably going to check fold table 2. Against snap check back, do I think jack high is good enough on showdown? Potentially. So let's check and see if we can get to that showdown against a recreational. Yeah, that's fine. And folding to this huge bet. Against 1 big blind, the villain's not bluffing. This guy doesn't check back, bluff. He'll just have like a 6 or like a pair of 3s. I don't rep anything, so I'm not going to bluff table 2. Easy fold table 1, I think. No, I'm not going to over-attack with king deuce off. I think it's such a shitty hand to attack with. I'd almost rather just have like 3-4 offsuit in a way. I'm going to play theory table 2 and I'm just going to check. I'm not going to check raise. I'm just going to check call /check. Check turn's fine. I'm not going to lead. I don't want to check here because I don't want him to check back like 9s or 10s. I'm going to bet one big blind against a 10. Or 9s or 8s or 7s or whatnot. Opening ace-5 suited. And no, we're not going to be 4-bet bluffing with this candidate. Against this size and the cold call with 2 recreationals, call is absolutely the best option. We want to realise. Not going to be cold 4-betting at table 1. We're not going to play that strategy. It's a really, really bad strategy to have cold 4-bets. Unless you have like absolute death nutted ranges. UTG open and a recreational 3-bet with ace-queen suited. I'm not cold calling, I'm not 4-betting, I'm just avoiding the situation. Half pot on a call. I've got bottom pair, backdoor not flush draw. There's just so many shit turns. I'm going to fold like a nit. And I'm getting bugged out, so I have to go through the pain, or maybe I hit something. You'll tend to find in these videos, by the way, I'm literally just like, I'm just so not interested in a lot of situations. I'm just waiting for value spots because they just come up so freaking rare. So common, sorry. You're just going to get so many good situations for value, guys, at the micro stakes, that why take all the shitty like marginal situations when you can just take all the easy clear ones. Make life super easy. Folding 10 deuce. And the ace-6. I'm not 3-betting ace-3 off. I could potentially 3-bet ace-3 suited. Or if I had, again, if I had some statistics, I might 3-bet bluff. Ace-7's probably cusp. Let's just open it. Yellow. People are folding and not attacking, so let's just open shitloads. 10-3 folds and 4 deuce fold. A4 folds and opening the queen 7. I'm just going to stick to 2.5. I think we don't need to risk 3 big blinds. I think 2.5 is just fine. I think it just gets the job done. I'm not defending against 3.5x with this rake or at all, so that's the fold. I'm not going to be playing check raises and check call traps. I'm literally just going to be betting and probing loads because it's just the most efficient at micro stakes. Table 2, calling raise, checking. Could have potentially led that turn because we have. Actually, no, I'm lying. Again, we don't really have 4-5. I thought 6-7 came in on the turn. It was already there on the flop, so I wouldn't be leading this turn. Villain has straights. Villain has sets. Villain has 2 pairs. So there's no point in like 3-betting flop, for example. If this guy nukes, I'm just going to fold. Because I've got a gut shot with my flush draw, I'm not going to be going anywhere. Also, I think I do get paid in this population if they have like hands like sets. And I'm not going to be turning my hand into a bluff. Do I donk top pair? No, I don't, because 10 jack also comes in. If I didn't have a pair there on the turn, a pair or a gut shot or anything like that on the turn with my flush draw, I probably would have just folded, by the way. I'm guessing he just probably had his beat with spades. No, this guy had 8-7 off with... So he had a pair and a gut shot, which he's turning into a bluff on the flop. Marvellous. Not really a big fan of that one. Checking the 4s. Not going to be over opening the 9-8. This guy's got 800 bigs, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that this guy... I'm going to give people credit if they've got like 600 plus big blind stacks. They're probably not complete for Pegas. Folding 4s. Not going to call with a pair, I don't care. There's no turn card we want to see. Except an offsuit 4, which is 1 card. And then we're just going to get bluffed with everything else. As you can probably see as well, I'm just skimming through hands. I'm literally just insta-folding everything, just trying to get to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Opening ace-king. We'll be opening the jack-9. I don't know what's better at this stake. I mean, we're 130 bigs. We can actually just genuinely rip, but I don't really like that too much at this stake. Although against 9, you know what? Fuck it. I do like it, actually, because we just get to make the villain indifferent. Only problem is if he's 3-betting a hand like ace-queen and we shove and he always folds, whereas if I 4-bet and he continues with ace-queen, so I'm going to do that. 1927 is good. It's going to be probing table 1. We will be calling if this guy shoves. Yes. Well done. See if we can win a flip. That looks like a good start. And we hold. Lovely. Fantastic. So if this guy had a hand like ace-queen, king-queen suited, I think it's better to 4-bet and keep some of those in rather than jamming and have them always fold at this level. As this, you know. Going to be barreling table 2, and we could overbet this. I don't mind. I think I'm just going to go for a large bet this time. Going to be bluffing a heart or a club. Or a 10, maybe. A 10 might be a good one as well. And folding versus raise. That's a really weird raise. I don't really know what villain's repping there. Fuck knows, who cares? Folding 4-3, folding 6 deuce. Folding the Dorothy Parton, 9-5, baby. Jack 6 suited, no. Marking up these shorties. Against a 3x in this population, I mean, if this guy had folded, I think I may have folded against a 3x, and you could probably like crucify me for that. But I think the rake is just too high, potentially. Even though we could probably just have a skill edge. Queen Jack's just going to be dominated too much. I'm not going to attack when you've got a 32 big blind stack here. I don't want to 3-bet, call, and then juice this guy to shove. So fold. Call, could 3-bet, but I've got recreational behind, so let's induce this guy to call behind. That's what we're looking for. We want value from this gentleman, not him. So, and let's call. Fuck it. We've got a hand that can defend. I was going to say when we'll play based on his against recreationals with 3-bet pots. Like, you don't have to just defend, especially out of position, but you're playing generally based on what their size is. I'm just going to insta-fold second pair. When he snap checks back and a king or a queen comes on the turn, like, that's just their range, like, so often. Especially when they don't c-bet flop, because they always c-bet the flop as a bluff with recreationals. And they check when they've got ace king, ace queen. So, get the fuck out of there. Easy fold, table 1, sorry, there. But you're mainly playing against, like, because they're so value heavy most of the time, recreationals, that it's like, if I, for example, because I called there and there's 2 dead in the pot and I'd called previously, it's not the end of the world to call there with Queen Jack suited. Like, you could just fold because they're most of the time value orientated, but it's like, it is what it is, but we know we're just not going to do it in pretty much. So I'm going to 3-bet the Jacks, table 1. I don't know if I want to stack off here. If you 4-bets, we'll figure it out. Table 2, 6, 7 improves, 5, 6 improves. This guy could be doing anything with anything. I've got a gut shot on the flush draw. I'm going to check back and realize we missed completely. That's brilliant. Check back, table 1. So we block loads of shit. We rep absolutely nothing. We beat 7, 8. This guy, this would really suck if this guy's just got like king 10 of spades. We don't win, but we just block loads of shit. I'm just going to give up. This is a really shit combo to bluff with. I'm assuming recreational players got no protected hands. We're just ahead. I'm going to bet small and target something like 7s or an 8. Pocket 9s, pocket 5s, ace high. If he raises, he's just going to win. There you go, you win. It's just that easy. Because if he has something showdown worthy, he doesn't raise. And if he had nothing, he would bluff the turn, you see? So it's like with these recreational Papegas, they're basically just saying they have something. He's just got a deuce. If he's got some bluffs there, I really don't care. Like, he's just going to win. But, there's just not enough of them in equilibrium. So it's just very easy. Got no equity, table 2. Fuck it, I don't care. Just going to c-bet. Pick up absolutely no equity. Oh, sorry, I'm lying. We actually do have bottom pair here. I'm trying to think whether we could potentially just bet against a flush draw, fold out some potential random floats, and then check back river with a pair. Yeah, let's do that. We can get value from flush draws, etc. on the turn, potentially. And then we're just going to check back against, like, king jack of spades, for example. There you go, you win. You want to lead, you win, bro. If I had a queen, I probably would have called there because he might have some bluffs, but I'm not going to use a deuce as a call. Again, not to sound like a broken record, but when recreationals lead rivers, when backdoor flushes come in, they don't do a whole bunch of check raising as traps. Regs do, but fish don't. So when they lead, just out, not interested. Potentially would have called with a queen just in case he does have some bluffs, but I'm not gonna use a deuce as a call. We're going to sit out next big blind and then we'll be finished with this one, guys. So, folding the ace-5 suited. This is a spot, table 2, whereas if I had jack 10 of clubs, or if I had 1 spade in my hand, or some better backdoors, like I might check raise here, because villains just overstay. People will bet their entire range on ace-x. People will bet their entire range and then some on double ace-x, especially button on big blind. I mean, I could even just potentially just check raise almost any combo because it's probably just going to work. But, you know, I think I'd like to have at least some kind of like backdoor real life equity. King 5 suited against a death min raise. We're probably drawing dead again, Kekel, but we're in position with a suited king against 1.5 big blinds. So, but again, it's like if I flop a king, am I still just drawing dead? If I flop a 5, am I drawing dead? I don't know where I'm at. Do I flop a flush draw? Great, I'm still up against like loads of pairs, for example. So again, I don't even hate just folding directly. Like both are just completely fine. Good at 3-bet king queen suited, doesn't matter. I do like having a lot of really strong calls in position because these Pepegas just give up a lot. Could raise flop, could call, both are fine. And we'll be folding if villain leads turn, and we're going to be barreling into him if he checks. To attack like ace highs, for example, that they tend to overcheck on turn. Right then, guys, pretty short and sweet. Let's have a little gander. I'm going to have a look at the graph. Let's refresh this. Okay, we're in the profit. Excellent. So we have played 964 hands total. Let's have a look. So we're now currently up $4.23. That's always good. All in adjustment, we are up, you know, theoretically with the equity, we're up $9.43. So this is like a purer win rate than the normal size here. Again, very, very small sample size, but is what it is. Excellent. So please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.